Hello everyone, Amanda here, thanks for joining me. So today I'm sharing a beautiful journal set. Before we start, please do make sure you are subscribed and hit the thumbs up button. It really does help my channel. Please do make sure you're subscribed, because according to my analytics, 30% of people who watch aren't subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button. Right, so this is a journal set. So I've not only made a journal, I've made other things to go with it. It started off just a journal and kind of grew. I've used the Sample Designs kits. I'll leave a link to Sam's Etsy shop in the description box below, and she very kindly did gift me two of her kits, the French Haberdashery and the French Bureau. The other things I did buy. So like I say, it's a 5-piece set. So first of all, we've got a 72-piece journal. Okay, we've got a 40-page notebook, and then I've done some beautiful file folders which are decorated inside. So if you stay to the end, I'll show you inside these, and the reason that I share is to give you ideas and inspiration. So if you watch to the end when I share these, it may well just give you some inspiration and some ideas in your own journal making. Okay, so my cover here is cardstock. It's double layer cardstock, and I've left it because I wanted this matte finish, and this is one of the printables from the kit. And I've added some beautiful bridal appliques. Well, this one is one big piece that I've wrapped around, and then this is cheesecloth. If you get a piece of cheesecloth like so, okay, rip it into strips, and then if you find some threads in the middle and then pull, it will ruffle up quite easily. Okay, so that's how I've done that. Alright, and then I've added a little safety pin there with a little bead, which I saw on another lady's channel. It's one of the Jackies. I watched two different UK ladies called Jackie, and it was one of those ladies, and I can never remember which one's who unless I'm actually physically watching them, but that's where I saw that lady, and I did say on a video, that's a lovely idea, I'm going to use it. So for this closure, we've got, this is sari silk. It's raw sari silk, uncoloured or bleached or whatever they do with it, and we've got some eyelets here. So if we go inside, so this is 72 pages, and I've only used items from Sam's kits or bits and bobs of like old papers and things from my own collection. So here we've got some beautiful shabby pockets. I do have a video on how I created this, if you go and have a look back through, or I'll leave it as a suggested at the end of the video. So this is a beautiful pocket, and we've got a bridal applique on there. The back of the pocket is made from one of the invoices in the haberdashery kit, and it's filled with lovely printables. We've got photographs there. That's obviously a dress form. That's a collection of beautiful buttons. This is from the kit. This is an advertisement for dresses, and then just this little card here. And everything is in French, so I can't tell you what half of it says. Everything's in French. Okay, so these all go in here, and then there's a pocket behind as well. I've some more applique there, and the pocket behind has this little faux lettering with just a little aged paper clip, which I did with an alcohol marker. Okay, and we've got just a little bit of collage in there. So this was one of these file folders, like this. Okay, and I cut the tabs off and turned it to a page instead. Alright, we've got stenciling on the back there. This is one of my own patterned papers. This is genuine vintage, it's quite old music paper. And at the back here we've got dictionary pages, which I love to use. And then clipped on here we've got the top half of a fabric sample card, which I've cut and sewn and added an applique, and I just cut the top off and used that to attach all of these. So in here, so if you take this off, it all comes apart like so. And so in here we've got a lovely little photo of some vintage yarns in a box, and then here we've got a vintage receipt, again all in French. Okay, so that wraps around there like so. That will clip on there, and then at the other side I just had this little postage stamp with the dress form on. Okay, is it that way or that way? Don't know. I'll put that back on in a minute. Okay, and then here I've just used a little bit that was on my desk after completing the journal, and added another little photograph of a dress form. It's just the back part. I added an eyelet and then tied some cheesecloth on, and that just tucks there. And this is one of the letters from either the French Haberdashery or the French Bureau kit, and I cut it up and turned it into a page. And then added some graph paper. I put it back through my printer the other way around and printed graph paper on the back. Okay, so this is another file folder one that I have turned into a page. And with this paper clip here, we've got this vintage advertisement here, which I'm assuming is for shoes, which you can journal on the back of. Okay, and there's the beautiful images there. Okay, and then at the other side of this paper clip, we've got one of my handmade tags. Okay, so we've got collage in there. It's been sewn all the way around. I have heat embossed with a white pattern that looks like lace, bit of stamping, and some beautiful applique, and then tied at the top there with some raw sari silk. Okay, we've got a doily. One of the invoices I've reduced in size and just made a little page. That's just an offcut. This is one of the actual journaling pages. I've had to cut it down because this journal's slightly smaller than the standard size. What does it measure? I can't remember. It's slightly smaller. It's 5 by 7. It's 5 by 7, so it's just slightly smaller. Okay. Lots of room for writing. I've just added some collaging with scraps left over on my desk, and I've tried to add quite a bit of this blue. I think it's a lovely, like duck egg blue, and it's very pretty. It's lovely. Another one of the printables, bit of stenciling, a little letter that I've shrunk down, some leftover papers that I've stenciled, another beautiful tag. I'm not going to unclip everything else, I'll be here all day. But yeah, we've got some collaging at the back there, and stamping and more collaging. We've got a paper doily there, and then some bridal applique and raw sari silk again. And at the back there is another printable invoice sheet for writing on. This is French newspaper, and I've left it plain with some stenciling. And then we've got some lovely, all the pages have all been decal edged, so they're all like torn edges, and every single page is beautifully inked. This is a little faux envelope that I made. I've got it wrapped around there, and then we've got this little receipt here. And this envelope I made out of one of the letters on my envelope punch board, and inside is another letter which I distressed and tea stained. And then this here, I was actually having a cup of tea at the time, and I actually purposely spilt it and just moved my cup around to make this little like tea mark. I just thought it looked cute. Okay. And it's all been zigzag stitched all the way around. It's beautiful. Alright. So there's lots of detail. I like to add lots of detail to journals when I can. I get a lot of fun out of making things, you know, like this, that's totally handmade, that you know nobody else has got, because you've made it. So I like to share my journals to hopefully give everybody some inspiration when they're making their own, because sometimes you can quite easily think, oh, what am I going to do, what shall I make? So hopefully I can give you some ideas. Some more of that, and that again, and that again. We've got a little pocket here, and I like to create my pockets by just ripping pieces of paper. You know, don't bother scoring or making gussets. I just literally whip it. I do double up so that they're nice and sturdy, and then I sew it all the way around. This lady here I fussy cut from one of the advertisements and glued her on. and then I've just added that on the back. And then this here is a little faux sewing machine instruction book that I made. I actually have a real one of these, which is dated 1940 something, and so I photocopied it, I scanned it in, enhanced it, and then printed it out, just one page, and glued it on, and then stapled with normal staples, coloured them in with alcohol marker to make them look old, and just added a little bit of just number ephemera there from the kit. Bit of lace on the bottom. Lots of room for writing in this one. I didn't want to put loads of pockets with loads of ephemera because all of that kind of thing is inside the file folders, so that the lady that's going to be receiving this can write or add a ephemera to it, whatever she decides. So that's blue again, shrunk down, and here I've used the full size one and I've created a beautiful pocket. And again you can see I literally just rip pieces and then I'll double them up with some stronger paper behind and sew it, and then we've got some lace there, and it's stenciled behind as well. And we've got two beautiful photos from the collection. So this is a vintage sewing box with some lovely vintage laces by the looks of it there, and top half of the dress form. Okay, and then that's the back side there of that one. So that's like a lovely invoice again. So here's another of my handmade tags. I've been sharing these on Instagram, and people seem to really like them. I've been quite surprised at the response. This is my favourite one. I like this little cluster here with the blue, and then this little ticket here. I really like it, and then the applique, and then we've got the photo here with the two young girls and some vintage pearls and roses. I think it's really lovely. Okay, and then on the back here we've got these are genuine French letters that Sam has purchased, and then she scanned them in to make her digital kits with. Dictionary paper, music paper for writing, and then on the back we've got the second pocket that I made. We've got a little cluster here with a button, and again it's filled with various photos from the kit, a little faux button card, and another one there in the back, and you can see the back of the pocket is a French invoice. Okay, so let me just move that to one side. So that's the journal, 72 pages. I just need to put that back together. And then here I'm not going to go through this because it's if I just show you there, it's just tea-dyed papers, but there's 40 pages, and this again was one of the file folders that I cut down. I cut the tabs. Oh no, I haven't cut the tabs off, I've left it. It's a file folder that I turned into a notebook. Added some applique, made another ruffle and another little tiny safety pin with a little tiny bead and some sari silk. Okay, so that's just got 40 pages of completely plain writing paper, so that's a little notebook to go with it. Okay, so that's the journal and the notebook. So now we're on to the altered file folders, which I had great fun in making these, and each one has got different things in. So this one, first of all, was the first one I made. I've had a lot of fun making this, and on here we've got just a little diamante rondelle because I don't have any nice buttons to put on there, so it's like use what you've got. We've got a bit of cheesecloth and a little cut off of doily, tiny bit of a pleat there and a pleat there. Okay, and then when you open this one is more correspondence, so it's invoices. So we've got invoice there. That's a little picture of I don't know, it's the inside of a French church. Let's pretend it's not Notre Dame. Then another little letter there, and there is a little advertisement. Okay, all held on with this little clip. I'm not keen on the colour of that, but I couldn't change the colour of it successfully, so I've just left it as it is. And then here we've got a little pocket with some collage in, and a little rose made with some cheesecloth, I beg your pardon, bit of collaging on the back. And then again this is got a vintage little girl in. We've got some a little fabric swatch there, and a little advertisement there, and then an empty fabric swatch card and a little photo. So those will all go back in there. Okay, let me just get that in there, and then I'll show you the other two, which I've got totally different contents in. Little things like this I really enjoy making, and I like to try and make them look really authentic, as if it belonged to somebody. And that's when I get really into making journals, when they've got a little bit of a story going on. So this one here I've tied with some, I mean this is modern but it still looks cute, just some little sewing ephemera ribbon. Okay, so if we just untie that. So the file folders I've printed out onto cardstock, and so on the back side when I printed them out, I've printed a tea stain one that I've got in my collection. Alright, and I printed them out slightly smaller than the standard size, because that's just how I liked them. This one's got some lovely, like, vintage looking pleat on. Okay, and then when we open it, this one is, again, this one's letters, but it's all totally different. I had an extra tag left over that I'd made and that I couldn't fit in the journal, so that's gone in here with this lovely dress form. And again, we've got the white embossing and the appliques there. So this one has got advertisement for clothing, and this I like to think is like a little coupon. And then this letter here, we've got a letter and a postcard. And this letter is one of those that opens up like so. Okay, like what I call an airmail letter. So it all opens like so. I'll put all that back together in a minute. Put that back there, and again we've got another pocket with that lovely blue ledger paper. It's absolutely stunning, I love it. And then in here, and I've left the threads long on some things, so if when the lady gets it, she doesn't like it, she can just snip them off, nothing will fall apart. I just thought it was just a little bit of, you know, a little bit tactile. So we've got a little photo there. Here I've made another faux envelope out of coffee dyed paper this time, and in there we've got this lovely vintage child's dress. And then we've got another postcard with a dress form. So they all go in there. Like so. I'll put that back together in a minute. Did that go on there? I think it did. And then the final one, I really like this. So I've got a little bit of glue there. I need to try and get that off. So this is my fabrics sample kind of a folder. So here I've got a little fabric sample, swatch sample booklet that I made. They're made for a different project, but I just thought it'd be nice in here. So we've got some little velvet and some lace and some ribbon and some like chiffon type material. Okay, and then here attached with my very last ever little Tim Holtz paper clip. Some vintage, I like to think they're like coupons or advertisements. We've got an advert there for a little, you know, skirt. And then in this side, this pocket here is cardstock with lace over it and an applique. And in here I've made some fake little, you know, that's ribbon and that's lace, little holders. Okay, so these are printables, these are part of the kit. And then here's a button card, which is also part of the kit, and I've just added 2 little buttons there. I've sewn them on so that it looks authentic, but I've made it look as if they've been used, so there's only 2 left. Okay, so they just slide in there like so. So that completes the set of 5. I was going to make something like a pouch or a box to present them in, but I'm exhausted. I've worked on this for quite a number of days now, and you get to a stage sometimes with projects where you're just emotionally finished, where you're just emotionally done, and that's where I got to with this. I thought, I'm done, I can't make anything extra to make it any nicer. So there we go. So that's that one, that's 2, and that's 3. and then we've got the little notebook, and we've got the journal, and that completes the set. So I'll get these all back together and put all of the items back in and tie them all up and get them ready to go to their new home. So I do hope the lady likes this set that I've made. I've really enjoyed it. I've absolutely loved going back and doing shabby chic. So yeah, I hope you like it too. Any comments, if you've got any suggestions, or if there's anything that you want me to show you more in depth how to do or how to make, just leave me a comment. And thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.